You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about wrestling. Now, if you look at the logo on the screen, you'll notice it says WWE on there, but this evolved into primarily an NFL channel. But if something big happens, I still want to be able to come on here and talk about wrestling from time to time. And in fact, since we're headed into a little bit more of an NFL lull, I'm going to start popping in maybe every other day or every day one video that's probably not NFL related. And last night was AEW Dynamite. Now, guys, I'm not a AEW guy or a WWE guy. I would like to say I don't understand the this organization versus that organization thing, but I would be lying if I told you I don't remember that same feeling back in the WCW Nitro versus WWE Raw days. I absolutely do. A lot of people were either WCW guys or WWE guys. And what got me back into wrestling, and guys, I'm in Texas, rural Texas. I grew up on the Von Erichs. World-class championship wrestling. I mean, there's a lot of guys in my life I have seen live. Kevin, Kerry, Von Erich, the Freebirds. I saw UWF back in the day, Sting, Dr. Death Steve Williams, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, all these guys back, Terry Taylor, who works for WWE. All this stuff back in the day, and I've been to a couple of WWE events over the years. But last night, they aired the footage on AEW Dynamite of CM Punk and Jack Perry's altercation from AEW All In. And all I got to tell you, and I told my son the other day, again, I don't have any dog in this fight. I'm not one organization versus the other. But after WrestleMania this past weekend, I was like, AEW and Tony Khan look like crap here. And they look like crap for one reason and one reason only. Their former dude, Cody Rhodes, is the biggest star that WWE's got now. And he's blowing the roof off, which led to one of the biggest WrestleManias, the biggest WrestleMania of all time. And CM Punk was directly involved in the World Championship title outcome. And he still gets the biggest pop outside of Cody Rhodes in the WWE. Think about that for a moment. For the most part, when you watch WWE, the two guys that were in AEW in the last 24 months are the two biggest dudes in the WWE right now. I understand some people argue some other names, The Rock or Roman Reigns or whatever. That's fine. It's arguable, but we can definitely say top five, and it's a terrible look for Tony Khan. It is. It's a horrible look. And, when I heard about this altercation, I thought, well, Tony Khan has no choice but to fire CM Punk. And after seeing it, I am wrong, okay? I am horribly mistaken because it was a bunch of absolute nothing. And I'll show the footage here. This turned out to be a Nothingburger. And I'm like, wow, you cannot fire CM Punk. And we've seen what it's done to the ratings. There's no doubt. Firing him hurt the ratings for this company. And it's kind of funny. I love the Eric Bischoff podcast, even though I wasn't an Eric Bischoff guy back in the day at all. But a lot of what he says, whether people like it or not, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I don't know where this company is going. It feels like it is rudderless right now. Just rudderless. So, you're going to see CM Punk. This is All In Backstage. You're going to see him come up into the screen right here. And the one thing that in there, he puts him in a headlock, kind of looks like a guillotine. Who cares? It's nothing. There's no way you fired this guy over that. I don't know where Tony Khan's, whatever it was, I fear for my life thing, I don't know where that's at. But I don't know where that's supposed to be in all this. but that's a joke. That's got to be a joke. So people are clowning AEW, as you can expect. People are already saying Dynamite next week, Edge. There's a lot of negativity in the air, but let's focus on the positives. What positives? And again, I like AEW. I love Samoa Joe, Swerve. I love those guys. I like Adam Copeland. I think they put on an entertaining product. However, there is one thing Eric Bischoff is absolutely right about. They are terrible at storylines. And wrestling is storylines, whether anybody likes it or not. That's why the WWE can pull a massive rating in the 30-minute segment that Cody Rhodes and The Rock are standing in the ring just talking. That's just a fact. You've got to have the drama leading up to the match. And Forbes, this is from a real article, folks, that Forbes did, clowning the AEW Dynamite results. And it's real. I went and looked it up. Scroll down here. CM Punk defeats Jack Perry. Backstage footage from AEW All In 2023. I mean, that's hilarious. It is. I haven't seen all of the show. In fact, I missed the main event. So I guess it just got spoiled if Samoa Joe actually did get around to wrestling Dustin Rhodes, which, by the way, also is terrible booking. You do not book. And look, I'm a person, I'd like to see a Dustin Rhodes world title push after all these years because I grew up a fan. But you don't have this match the same week of WrestleMania with Cody Rhodes. It's a terrible look. It's a horrible look. It's weak. I mean, that's like some of the most lamest. I'm going to capitalize on the WWE, and it probably did nothing. It turned out, I'm sure, looking like Family Dollar and Dollar General version of WWE. And I'm a big Samoa Joe guy. So there's that. And this is coming out right now. The backstage morale in AEW is very low, as a lot of people there are very frustrated with Tony Khan for airing that CM Punk Jungle Boy backstage all-in footage. I don't blame them. I don't understand. What was the payoff? There was no payoff. There was no advantage in doing this. Tommy Dreamer calls this a key moment in AEW history. Big Tommy Dreamer guy. God, I loved ECW growing up. I mean, it's crazy. This is what was said. If they do an insane number ratings-wise, all CM Punk has to do is tweet, yeah, I don't even work there, and I got you guys another massive number. Most importantly, Dreamer pointed out that the fan reaction will affect the promotion going forward. But again, questioned what this adds to the product. I haven't even seen Bischoff yet. Whoa, I can't imagine. It's a key moment in the history of AEW because you don't want your fan base to be like, that's kind of classless and I don't want to support them anymore. If it's good, where CM Punk comes off looking like a horrible person, again, what's the payoff? And I literally saw betas last night after this happened going out and talking about, that's the most horrible thing I've ever seen, and I'm crying. What kind of person are you? Because that was nothing dramatic. I mean, nothing. Zero. Zilch. That was a nothing burger. CM Punk looks 100 times better. Tony Khan looks like straight trash, homie. I mean, he's just proven Bischoff right. You can't develop your own storylines. Your payoffs suck. I mean, I'm watching because I'm a big Jericho guy, and he's one of my top 5 favorite of all time. I like Swerve. He's developed nicely. But even those feuds and things are all over the place. And nobody knows if they still got MJF for sure Nobody knows for sure. You know? And they've got an opportunity because Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch, some are saying Seth Rollins is still not signed a new contract. He's got an opportunity to land some big, big names. But this was a bad look last night. It really was. And it wouldn't shock me. I know AJ Styles may end up being another name out there. It wouldn't shock me if that's that footage last night and the feeling around it, because they are getting destroyed. AEW's getting just balled out today. That last night could be a breaking point. And we can't act like CM Punk wasn't a needle mover. I mean, his entrance in Survivor Series was a top 10 moment, I think, in the history of wrestling. It was great. It was absolutely great. And Triple H played it perfectly. But all you've got to do is look at the collapse of AEW Collision and the ratings there to know CM Punk left and killed that show. And it wasn't his choice to leave. I think if they would have paid him, gave him a bump, whatever they had to do to keep him, they should have done it. It was a disaster. It's crazy. I saw that and was like, this is pathetic. I felt, you ever get secondhand embarrassment? I had secondhand embarrassment for Tony Khan and AEW last night watching that. I was like, really? You fired arguably the top 3 biggest name in all of wrestling over this? You're kidding me. What a terrible business decision. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.